Does anybody actually read my column? Do your friends ever talk about it?
Of course. In fact, Rabbit's ex-girlfriend just said to me last week, I should read Foxy's column, but they don't get the Gazette. Ash, let's get cracking.
Why would they? It's a rag sheet.
I'm sick.
You're not sick.
I have a temperature.
You don't have a temperature.
I don't want to go.
Hurry up, you're gonna be late.
I love the way you handle that.
Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. This is Wait, You Haven't Seen? That's a show where we talk about movies and specifically talk about a movie at least one of us has never seen before. I'm your host, Travis, a.k.a. TV's Travis. This is episode number 351. And joining me to continue my education in all things Wes Anderson, it is Amy and Phil. Amy, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm so excited.
And Phil, how are you?
You cussing at me?
You cussing at me?
You cussing
You
at
cussing at you cussing at me? You come into my cussing studio.
And the film that we watched to continue my Wes Anderson education was The Fantastic Mr. Fox. I had not seen this, but I want to know, because you both have histories with all of his movies, or most of them anyway. Starting, Phil, with you, what's your history with Fantastic Mr. Fox?
I saw it opening weekend in the theater, and didn't know what I was gonna get. I don't watch trailers.
Okay.
Never have, right? But I was a little apprehensive going in. Roald Dahl, big fan. I know, hard to believe. Especially a fan of these adaptations and the different movies that have led up to this. So, favorite author, favorite director. Surely it will be one of my favorite films that I watch every year. And it was, man. Not only that, it was so great. I went right out to the Circuit City, and I got the soundtrack on CD, and I still have it. And for me, Travis, this is how I kick off the fall, is by watching this movie and putting the music on and just slipping into the harvest season, because the colors here, the structure of the story, the feast, it all reminds me of Fantastic Mr. Fox now, and vice versa.
I can absolutely see that. Absolutely. Amy, how about you? What's your history with this one?
So, I'm real into foxes, in case anybody didn't already know. I believe I did see this one in the theater, which for me is a big deal because I do not go to the movie theater. But I did go see this because, yeah, I mean, you had me at stop motion.
Right.
Fantastic. I love that. I'm a big fan of anything that takes way more work than it should. I want to see the effort.
Oh, for sure. So like all the other Wes Anderson movies, I didn't see this, and it was for no good reason other than I just didn't.
Well, you were in a groove now.
I mean, yeah, that's true. By this point, I was like, well, I haven't seen any of them. Why break my streak? But I'm like you. I love stop motion, and I love animation. And I also am a Roald Dahl fan because he's one of those that wrote books for kids, but he did stuff for kids that also challenged them and all that kind of stuff. So I should have been all about this movie. And at the time, I did not know it was a Roald Dahl. Like, I just didn't pay attention to it. I saw Wes Anderson and I saw a Fox. I maybe knew George Clooney to voice it. That was like all I knew. So I just kind of didn't do anything with it. But I sat down and I watched it, and it's going to probably be I watch it every year to kick in the fall movie as well.
There you go, brother.
Because all the reasons you said, it's the color palette, it's the tone, the feel. It feels like putting on a warm sweater and sitting down with a glass of hot cider and just enjoying the leaves changing. I loved the whole feel of this. 100%.
Before we really get into what we're going to get into, this Roald Dahl guy, I think he's going to make it. He's a pretty good, I Googled him, and it seems like he's a prolific writer.
I'm going to be real with you boys. I don't know that I've ever actually read a Roald Dahl,
Wow.
which is saying something because I was a prolific reader as a child, but I don't know that I actually ever did,
And let me tell you,
which feels like a challenge.
as a child, you wouldn't guess this, but I was a real shitty reader. And I went through his collection pretty quickly, but not getting into the books. He's got a good amount of movie adaptations. Do you guys have a favorite Roald Dahl?
I love James and the
adaptations?
Giant Peach.
We are the same.
That
human.
spider.
So I only first saw James and the Giant Peach in the last decade. They played it on at a Saturday kids matinee at one of my local theaters. So it was like a 25-cent matinee. We took my stepson at the time to go see it, and I had heard of it and I'd seen clips, but I'd never watched it. And I adored it. It was such, I mean, and 30 seconds into it, I realized it was Henry Selick.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, you had me at hello. I will say for me, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is an adaptation I adore because Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. So probably that.
James, for me, it's James and the Giant Peach. It's Matilda. And then it's The Witches.
Both of those I have not watched in so long.
BFG, like the animated one from, I guess, this 80s, 1989, he said confidently, or 77, somewhere in that range. I love that one, but like the Matilda, and I mean, we watched Matilda recently with the kid, and I was like, man, I hope this really holds up. And he was just glued to the story and all this, and it's so good. It's still good.
Matilda, I remember loving. I have not watched it in a long time, but that was one where at the time I saw it, I think it was just one that like my sister wanted to watch and my mom wanted to watch, and I was like, oh, sure, that's fine, and I sat down, and then I was just drawn in. And even then, at that time, I didn't know it was the same author. Like, I just wasn't conscious of that. But yeah, Matilda's a great one. And The Witches is another one I have not seen in probably
You mean the
25
Angelica
years.
Houston one, right?
The only one.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to just be sure.
Yes.
And
did
either of you see this? Was it Spielberg that did a BFG? Recently?
He did do it, I think, in like I want to say like 2017. That feels right. I didn't. I skipped it because I had such a hard love for that original animated one.
Yeah, that's
that
a tough.
I just-
it's tough when you have that.
Yeah, I just didn't go back to it.
I mean, I had a similar thing with like, as much as I love the Lord of the Rings, my initial they're making the Lord of the Rings in live action, I bristled a little bit because the Hobbit, the Rankin Bass Hobbit, was such a formative movie for me. Like I can tell you the exact time I saw that movie for the first time, and it wasn't at home; it was in a pizza parlor.
Nice.
We walked
As
in.
God intended.
We bought we got our pizza. We took it to the table. We sat down, and it was playing on a big screen TV in the back room of this pizza parlor, and I refused to let us leave until that movie was done.
That's
incredible.
funny. You know what? You never know when something's going to change your life on television or screen, because like for me, the first time that I ever saw Doctor Who was in the break room when I was working at Wells Fargo. And I had an hour break. The show just came on, and like I came in like mid mannequin fight, and I said, "What the hell is this?" Right? And so like I didn't eat lunch. I just sat and watched that episode, and I was like, "This is definitely gonna change. I'm gonna hyper focus on this for about 4 months."
There you go.
But I still love Doctor Who, and I still remember going back to that shitty Wells Fargo break room.
I miss when you could find weird things on late night television that would just change you. Like Red Green.
Yep.
You'd be like, what is this?
Just random stuff playing at night, or like a random Saturday afternoon, film running on WGN Superstation. You're like, what the hell am I watching? And then it turns into like one of your favorite things. I love stuff like that. So this movie is a Wes Anderson film, and it has some of the Wes Anderson regulars in it, but it also has some different folks in here. And I kind of want to talk about this cast because the cast of his movies always just blows me away.
Now, I am normally not a super fan of stunt casting voice actors. You know what I mean? Like voice acting is a different thing in general.
It is.
I make a wild exception for this movie because the fact that it's animated is like not like it's still just them. They just happen to be animals this time.
Well, and this was George Clooney's first time doing voice work, from what I understand.
The behind the scenes videos are phenomenal.
So good.
As I'm watching them, like I just went in blind. I went in, watched the movie, didn't do any looking at it at all. I like I say, I may have seen a trailer for this 15 years ago or whatever it was when it came out. So I'm watching it and like, okay, George Clooney. And George Clooney is basically being Danny Ocean. He's the Fox version of Danny Ocean. And I'm all for it. I liked it. Clooney has that charisma that you can't teach it. You can't buy it. It just is a thing that some actors have, and he's got it. He's got so much of it. So I love listening to him, and he's got a great voice too, which certainly helps.
Yeah.
I did not, for most of the movie, clock that it was Meryl Streep as Mrs. Fox. Oh yeah,
baby.
I had really no clue. It took me way too long to recognize her voice.
The one I didn't get was the rat until today. I'd never looked it up before, and I had no idea. And then I was like,
from
my boy.
The first words that came out of his mouth, and I was like, of course Willem Dafoe is going to be in this somewhere. Now,
Danny was like, I know he's a bad guy, but he's my favorite in this entire film.
That's fine.
Yeah.
He's not that bad.
I guess originally Michael Gambon did recorded a bunch of that, and then they decided to have him play Farmer Bean instead. And
which
so,
looks, I mean, yeah.
and when they made that decision, then they had Willem Dafoe record. So Michael Gambon, fantastic. Loved him every time. Another voice I caught immediately. And he was wonderful. Clooney was great. Bill Murray popping up as Badger. By the way, Badger, Beaver, and Beaver, attorneys at law. Mm-hmm. I need like a plaque of that somewhere that I can put up somewhere. I'm sure on Etsy.
There's this website. I was going to say there's this website called Etsy.
But Bill Murray is great as always. Is he in every Wes Anderson? He's in every one of them, I think.
He's not in Rushmore, and he's not in.
No, he is in Rushmore.
Yeah.
No, I'm not Rushmore. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bottle Rocket. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bottle Rocket.
You had me confused for a second. So I was like, wait a minute. No, the reason I saw Rushmore was because of Bill Murray.
And he's not in. There was one more for Filming Conflict.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. It will come to me when we're talking about something else.
But pretty much any of them, he's in there, and he's always great. Schwartzman too, and it took me. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the first scene, which was the clip I played at the beginning, where Ash comes out and he does the whole, I've got a fever, I don't want to go. I was like, I know that voice. Is that? And then by the next time he spoke, I'm like, yeah, it's Schwartzman. All right, and he was fantastic. I think. It's hard to say who my favorite character is in this, but Ash is up there.
100%. He's an athlete.
Of course he is. And I loved like the little ear twitch and spitting on the floor. As
oh my God, the spit good. Constantly. He's special. Different.
Owen Wilson, I heard immediately. And what's funny is after watching it, I watched a trailer, and Owen Wilson's name is prominent in the trailer, like fourth or fifth name mentioned. I'm like, he's in one scene. He has basically one line of dialogue. He just takes a huge deep breath, says all of it at once, and that's it.
Okay, my favorite thing about that scene is that is essentially my understanding as an American of how cricket is played.
That is most people's understanding of cricket.
That is essentially what that is, and I love it for that.
Whenever I hear about cricket, all I think of is Raphael in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, saying, you got to know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
And for me, it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, rickety cricket. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My favorite voice, just for the small clip that it is when they're going through the mine or whatever, where they're having all the feasts get prepared before the meal.
Mhm.
Rabbit is Mario Batali.
Mario Batali.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
Just 4 lines, right? No, nothing else, and
Nothing
it's just
else.
like, of course, it's perfect.
And he's wearing orange because, of
And
course,
he's
he is.
wearing orange.
Wes Anderson does a voice in here. He's Weasel, the
Realtor.
realtor, which was great. Also, I loved Roman Coppola as the squirrel contractor because
so good.
you can look at that as either it's the same contractor leading all of the different crews of squirrels, including, and I loved on the side of the moving truck, it was the squirrels, remover, storage. They're not movers, they're removers.
Yeah.
Or he's like 4 different squirrel contractors that all just sound exactly the same. Either way, it was hilarious. I loved that whole moment. And that was that Wes Anderson like dollhouse, sort of motif going on, and they're
In a
showing all
film
the
that is
different rooms.
entirely a doll.
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved him, and also Wallace Wolodarski. Yeah, as Kylie. I take that back. Kylie's my favorite character in this, hands down. I loved Kylie so much.
Kylie's wonderful.
Kylie is amazing. The running gag with him just spacing out killed me. But the best part about that is the callback to it towards the end with Fox and the signal, the hand signal.
Yeah,
Twice this movie had me pause it because I was laughing too hard, and it was that moment, and it was earlier on when Fox and Kylie do their first heist, and they make it out with the chickens, and then they're in front of the fence and they have to climb it. I lost it at that point because it's what's the escape plan? Oh, the lights come on and he freezes for a second, and then they just climb the electric fence.
You're supposed to break their neck with one bite. I don't have
Different teeth.
Yes.
Possum.
I have a possum.
But just phenomenal cast from like Anderson regulars, and then Clooney and Meryl Streep really brought a lot to, and there's so much emotion in this movie. And I know when we talked about, okay, we're going to do another movie, it's time for another Wes Anderson. And Amy, you said, all right, what level of emotional devastation do you want?
No, I didn't let you pick this time. I picked
That's
the
right.
only level of emotional devastation I could handle. And the only other option was Moonrise Kingdom, which is clearly a summer film.
We can't watch that.
We
in the
cannot watch
winter.
that. It is the winter.
Yeah.
So
That'd be ridiculous.
So I was prepared for some emotional devastation, and I will say this definitely this had some gut punches, but they didn't wreck me like I think Grand Budapest Hotel had moments.
Yeah, well,
because
we haven't made you watch Darjeeling Limited yet.
Mm.
Just
Okay,
it'll be a thing.
fair.
I love that film. I just want to put that out there.
Okay. But
I gotta text you something later, Amy.
this movie has such a wonderful tone to it. And right from the beginning, like we meet, first of all, every Wes Anderson movie, the framing and the composition of the shots and just the look of it, the aesthetic is just mind-blowingly stunning. Everything. And the very first shot, that wide shot of Fox in front of the tree, and he's doing like knee bends and running in place. I loved it.
He's got his little radio.
He's got his little walk. What is it? Walk Sonic.
Yeah.
I loved that. He turns it off to talk to her, and immediately, I both love this character because it's George Clooney and it's his voice, but Mr. Fox is also kind of a dingus. Like he's just
infuriating.
like taking 2 bites of the apple and then just tossing the apple away.
That was fun.
And his first 2 interactions with Mrs. Fox are to offer her a choice, but he's already made the choice.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, am I supposed to not like him? What's going on here? Because I didn't like that, but I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very conflicted.
It's just a lot.
Well, he always thinks he's the smartest fox in the room, when in actuality, he's an dumbass.
He really is.
Yeah.
He knows how to
and-
get a deal on a bandit mask, though.
I mean, but that's why Felicity is perfect, because she's just like Eleanor from Life Aquatic is the
Yeah.
brains of the operation.
Mhm.
Yep.
She always has been, and she always will be, until Fox steps outside of, his means.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, but that's Clooney, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fox is Clooney, and Clooney is Fox.
No, it's true. And like before we even got to the point of like one last job doing another heist, he felt like Danny Ocean.
Yep.
And it's because of the way Clooney can have this infectious confidence and you just get swept up in it and go with it. But like that whole, because the opening, he gives the two choices and she's like, well, why don't we do this? Let's do this one. Okay. And then two choices. Well, let's do this one. Okay. And he's sort of picking up that something's not, she's off, but he just kind of brushes it. He asks like a cursory, are you sure you're okay? And then doesn't think anything of it. And then we get an amazing, because the other thing Wes Anderson will do besides his dollhouse motif and that kind of a shot is the long tracking shot.
Mm-hmm.
And to do a tracking shot like that, of that length, with that much going on in stop motion.
It took like 10 minutes, Travis. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Stop motion is like so perfect for Wes Anderson, who is so meticulous about every detail.
Mhm.
And there's just so many details for him to be meticulous about.
Yeah, is it because Wes Anderson has to have absolute control about everything in his
Yeah.
environment?
Yeah.
So there was an
I mean, I
interesting...
wasn't gonna word it like that, but sure. Hey, listen, I mean, he must at least do it in a not unpleasant way, or these people wouldn't keep coming back to do films with him,
So
because many of them don't have to.
right.
Let me call Gene Hackman real quick and see if it's true.
But it is funny you say that, because one of the trivia bits that I wanted to bring up was, I'll read this out. It's a little long, but here we go. In the months preceding the opening of this movie, controversy arose concerning the little time that writer, producer, and director Wes Anderson actually spent on set, choosing to direct the animation via email from his apartment in Paris. And
I mean, if I could work from my apartment in Paris, I
Well,
also would.
And so there was an LA Times article in 2009 that talked to the cinematographer Tristan Oliver. And the quote in the article was, I think he's a little OCD. Contact with people disturbs him. This way, he can spend an entire day locked inside an empty room with a computer. He's a bit like the Wizard of Oz, behind the curtain. And
It's not that he has OCD. He's just a little bit
Different.
different.
It's not like he's going to be moving puppets.
right. But that got out, that article came out, and then Wes Anderson did have, and a response to it was like, I would say it kind of crosses a line for what's appropriate for the DP to say behind the director's back, because while he's working on the movie, so I don't even want to respond to it. And then Oliver came back, because this then ended up getting on like the website and the message boards at the time, and he came back saying like he didn't like the way the tone of the article was written, because it made him sound much
That's why you
more
don't talk
out of
to
it than not.
reporters.
And his quote and response on the website was, all right, look, working with Wes can be frustrating, yes. But that's true of any director, and I've
Yeah.
worked with 100 who were more irritating and less motivated than Wes. So let's just lay to rest the ghost of this particular myth, and it would be nice if the death threat stopped.
People be
But-
crazy.
Yeah, I get that, but also like if you're gonna talk to a reporter,
Don't.
like
Yeah,
Like-
just don't.
you don't get to choose the tone or
No.
the structure of the interview or the article.
And I really only wanted to bring that up because I can understand because film is such a collaborative thing,
Yeah.
and something like stop motion even more so, because there's so many people involved and it takes so long to do, that I could see where some might have trouble working under those conditions. And if you have a director who is doing a lot of it remotely and not there physically, and so I could see where you would give an interview and you would say that, and then afterwards realizing like,
Oh,
yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. But
Well, My question is, how on the set was what's his name? Like I don't know a lot about Stop Go, like and how much directors are really there to do more than just watch dailies and set up shots.
And how many like, I mean, if what you do is stop motion animation, then you are probably also an animator, which is different than like,
right.
You know, I feel like most stop motion, the director has a history.
Yeah,
You know what I
typically
mean?
it's it's Henry Selick or it's
Right.
That's what I was gonna say. Was Selick on the set of the Every Day for Nightmare Before Christmas? I'm asking questions. I have no idea.
I mean,
but I think he's also physically an animator.
yeah.
So he's the
So
one
that's
moving
different.
the puppets at the same time as taking.
Or at least at some point he was.
I did
So-
also read that he did some work on this movie, which wouldn't surprise me at all. He
That would not
left
surprise me at
eventually because he was part of the company that originally was working on it, and then that company dissolved, and he went on to work on Coraline. So I don't know how long he was involved, but because animation in general takes longer to make than a live action film typically.
I mean, he also directed James and the Giant Peach, so.
Yep.
And this, I think, started in 2007 was when production started. And it makes sense. Again, it's just going to take longer to do by hand animate. Like, it's not stop motion in a computer.
No.
This is hand
These
stop
things
motion.
exist.
This is Leica level stuff, which I did love Anderson saying, and I think it was in one of the commentary tracks, but talking about he loves stop motion, and particularly he loves stop motion characters with fur.
Yeah.
Because you get what animators call boiling, which is because the fur is always moving and you just can't control that. I'm with him. I love that look because it gives you that there's something organic feeling about that. And there's something with animation where when you're not trying to look photoreal, that
Which why are you if you're animating?
right. Number
Other
one,
than a
I
proof
agree.
of concept.
The one time I think that's worked the best for me was A Scanner Darkly, where they did rotoscoping.
I was going to say
that's a
that's
whole different thing.
rotoscoping. That's a whole different thing.
But I love the look of stop motion stuff because of those little imperfections and those little changes. Like when you watch old claymation stuff and you can see the clay deforming and moving in the fingerprints. I love that.
I got some He-Man action figure movies I got to show you from high school, Travis.
That was
when
was the
He-Man
thing.
met Steve Austin. It
Incredible.
was crazy.
And that was the thing that the Lego movie, the first Lego movie, captured that. It was all done in the computer. It was a CG film, but they managed to do it in a way that felt like hand-done stop motion that worked. And this movie has that in spades. I just love the look of every single one and doing them in different scales. There was like 500 different model mock-ups for use in this movie. And I think Mr. Fox had 100 of them himself because they'd have them in different scales and details
Where
and
are
faces.
Oh, they're around, I'm sure.
Probably in the Bogus farm. I have an idea, everyone. Get your favorite badger and meet me under the tree in about 20 minutes.
But yeah, the look of this is so great, and the whole color palette, and it's got that autumn color palette. It's all browns and oranges and yellows, except for Christopherson, who is very blue, and it gives you it's again nothing. I mean, most movies, the directors are very particular, but when it's somebody like Wes Anderson, nothing is a mistake. Nothing is done by accident.
No.
Even something that is done by accident gets worked in. There's one of those I want to mention. But Christopherson being these blue hues immediately makes him look different from everyone else.
He's from the other side of the river.
So it's perfect. It's such a great visual shorthand. Loved it. Also, him being like the perfect athlete was particularly funny because I didn't get that feeling until he dove into the pool.
So good.
And there's just no sound. I loved it.
And the little curly,
Yep.
the curly splash.
Ugh.
Like any Wes Anderson movie, the look of this is so good that I could literally pause it at any point and just be like, yes, I would like that print on my wall. But this movie in particular, I will say though, my absolute favorite is, it's also the most emotional scene. It's when Mr. Fox is having his realization moment and he's standing in front of that waterfall, that saran wrap cellophane waterfall that looks like water. I didn't know it was how they did it until I was reading about it afterwards. Is absolutely gorgeous. And then juxtapose that with he's having his realization moment. In his
My
growth.
favorite is the you're practically glowing, and she turns into the 1970s Christmas ornament, Christmas lawn decoration.
Yep.
So good.
Well, it's great because like all the fur is smoothed down and everything.
I mean, she's plastic. She's blown
She's
plastic.
Yeah, with the light and the
light in the middle, like the
Yep.
little angels you put out on the front lawn.
And I love calling attention to it too. You're glowing. Maybe it's the lighting, and he's like moving his hand.
I like that scene that you're talking about, Travis, because when we're looking at that on the wide shot, he's completely in silhouette, and when Felicity walks in, she's lit perfectly.
Yes.
Right, and so just that whole frame with them two just standing there like that, I love it so much.
Well, because immediately it gives you just this visual shorthand of what is going on, and then as the scene unfolds, it's this emotional crux of everything with him coming to the realization. Because the story is such an existential crisis for this fox at 7 years old, 7 non-fox years. I loved that. I loved the constant like non-fox or fox years or all that.
My father died at 7.5.
But it's a kids movie, basically. It's aimed at a younger audience in a lot of ways, but also, again, because Roald Dahl was one to write stuff that would be challenging, right? I put him in that category of the Jim Hensons and the Don Bluths, where he's not gonna talk down to kids. And for Wes Anderson to do that in his style is awesome. But he's having this midlife or late life crisis of like, what am I doing? What am I? Why? Because he had to change.
I don't want to live in a hole anymore.
Yeah. Because he did the thing of changing to support a family when he finds out he's got a family. And I also like that he, the look when he finds out that she's pregnant, and then he's all of a sudden all his teeth, he's like, great, is really good because they use that. It's like 3 different times.
Yeah.
Basically, whenever he got really scared, he would show his teeth, which tracks, makes sense. But yeah, I love like the diving into, this whole idea of like, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? But in a way that is accessible, but also if I'm a kid watching this, it's probably just going to sail right over me. I'm not going to catch that on that first watch consciously, but it's going to be buried in there somewhere where I can come back to it later. And I really enjoyed that, and giving him a character arc along with Ash. Ash getting a character arc in this too was really good.
The scene at school after Christopherson comes and I don't remember the girl's name. Does she
Abigail?
Abby. It is Abby.
Oh,
yeah, because you had it written on her goggles.
That's
Agnes,
right.
Agnes.
You're supposed to be my lab partner. You're disloyal.
I am.
Yes.
You're disloyal.
It's just the most Schwartzman line that's ever been.
He's
like
so
it's right out of Rushmore, man.
He's so good at that, and just like when he's asking him about like, can I just pull my bedroll out just a little bit from underneath the table?
Underneath the train.
Can I unroll it? It might hurt my spine to sleep in that spiral position.
And he's like, there's a lot of attitude happening around here. Don't make me join in or whatever. And he's just, Schwartzman is so good at that.
So funny.
I absolutely love it. Like, you know what? Fine, just sleep here. I'll sleep wherever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, why don't you take my bed?
And I loved him, his outfit that he was always wearing as the white cape. And you saw like the poster for the white cape on the wall. And I think that's the comic
got the
book he's
book.
reading.
It's a comic book, yep.
But I loved it because it's very clearly a bath towel tied around his neck.
Yeah. What are you wearing, a cape and your pants tucked into your sock?
And just the ear twitch and,
just
spit.
The handmade bandit mask that is just a tube sock.
I modified this tube sock.
That was the other time where I had to stop for a second because it was, he says it, but I was not prepared for just a little foot on top to like flop
Yeah, because
out.
if it was a tube sock, it wouldn't do that because it would just be a tube. But yeah.
I loved it so much. But I like that. I like that we had both, like Mr. Fox goes through an arc, but it's not just the idea that he gave up his previous life to be a family man, and now he's questioning all of that and wants, because he's afraid of aging, right? And he's kind of caught into the lure of nostalgia and going back to his old life. So he does the whole one more job, which is actually 3 more, and he ropes Kylie into it and all of that.
Multi-step.
Yeah, it's a multi-part plan, but there's also like this. He's not just trying. He wants to go back, but he's also afraid of what is going to happen, which is kind of that autumn thing, right into the winter of his life.
Yeah.
But also like he doesn't treat Ash very good, and it's him coming to the realization of that as well. That was the part that really got to me was anytime you get a dad that's been not great to the kid and then tells the kid like it's not your fault, I'm the problem. That will get me every time because I can relate to that at least a little bit. And that moment was because they had been very at odds all the time. And that was just a wonderful moment because we've had the running gag of he's a little different.
Well, not only that, but, I'm sure what's not written on the script or the page is that, Ash looks up to his father a lot, but as much as he tries to walk in those footsteps, that's not the path his life is taking, right?
Yeah.
When they're playing whack-bat, right?
Yep.
Am I going to be as good as my dad? Are you kidding?
You don't want to compare. You don't want to have to compare yourself
right?
to that.
And so I deal with that weirdly, right? Because I played hockey at a high level, and I've got this 9-year-old who is just starting his journey, and he's like, "Well, I want to be like you." It's like, "No, dude, no, you don't. Take your own path. Take your own journey, man." Like what you don't understand is like I was in it so much that I hated hockey when I finally decided to get out of it, and I don't want that for you. So I want you to not compare yourself to where I was at that point at your age. Find your own path and just go through it, man. And so that's kind of like where the separation between Mr. Fox and Ash is at, is that like Ash is always not only like wanting to be his father, but like constantly looking for the approval that's never coming, because I'm sure Fox also wanted his kid to walk that same path as his, and now is kind of like, oh, I got a comic book reader instead of a major league whack batter.
Right. And then Christopherson shows up and he is the athlete.
And there's that son. There's that son that's unfortunately, from the other side of the river.
And not only
Meanwhile,
that, but not
Felicity's painting landscapes with
Gorgeous.
thunderstorms.
Oh,
gorgeous.
Loved that. But just
even though Kylie's scared of them.
Yeah.
He's got a phobia of thunder. I loved all of that so much. But that moment with him and Ash, because we've had he's different, and then there was what I liked was they could have had that moment earlier, which is where Felicity looks at Ash and he's like, "But I'm not different." And she goes, "Yes, you are. We're all different, especially him." And isn't that the wonderful thing? And then she runs off. And you immediately get Ash in perfect Schwartzman style being like, "No, I don't want to be different. I want to be an athlete.
I'm an athlete."
And it's just
hot box.
It was that moment was so good because it subverted the expectation I had in that scene. And then a little bit later on, they came right back around to it with with Mr. Fox being like, look, I didn't know what was going to happen. And that scene also is played perfectly where they're stepping over each other.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. It happens so often.
You're stepping over my lines, kid.
With my 9-year-old. Like I'm trying to explain something and he incorrectly cuts me off constantly. And it's just like, hey, buddy, I love you, but please shut the cuss up real quick and listen to what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I loved all of that. And then finally just having that moment and being like, no, it wasn't your fault. It was my fault because I didn't know what to do. But I'm so glad that you are the child that I had. And just that moment, they have that, and then and it was gorgeous. And it was very emotional. So
I just like that Christopherson comes from the other side of the river where they do not have whack bat.
Yeah.
And so they explain this ridiculously complicated game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, got it. And he goes in for Ash. And so Ash is standing next to the coach, right? And Christopherson has his at bat, and he does like phenomenally. And the coach is just like, man, he really is your dad's nephew. And he's like, not by blood.
Nope,
He's
from my
just
mom's
over
side.
it.
He is so over
Yeah,
it.
but his dad has 1 foot in the grave and 3 feet on a banana field. Oh,
And
geez.
I also like that Ash has his little arc because he has his moment where he apologizes to Christopherson. He's like, I'm sorry that I was doing that. And that Christopherson accepts the apology in like the perfect way of sort of okay, I know that you're apologizing and I understand that. Let's move on. But also,
Oh, you mean for the thing earlier?
yeah,
Got it.
the thing that you should have already apologized for. Sure. But at the same time, Christopherson also was standing up for him to his bully, which was great. Which,
Yeah.
character design wise, I love how the foxes are walking around bipedally, but their feet are still like the fox legs, so it's just the ball of the foot,
Oh yeah.
which is already great. But when Christopherson takes his shoes off, how is he
Why are
such
you
a good
taking your
athlete
shoes off?
wearing essentially flippers all of the time?
Why'd you take your shoes off? So I don't break your nose when I kick you.
Oh, I loved all of that. Now, Phil, you've read the book, right?
Well, yeah,
I mean, a while
yeah.
ago, but
I mean, yeah,
'cause
I'm a good reader. Why?
from what I understand, the book ends around the time where they're having their feast. They've taken everything from the farmers, which was a
That
great
sounds
scene.
right.
Yeah. We took everything. They took everything.
So good.
Wes Anderson and his editors know the perfect places to cut. And he's so good at a long moment and a long take and letting you sit in these moments. But then he knows when to throw in a smash cut. Because that was one of my favorite smash cuts in the last, I don't know how many years that I've seen. It's just, we took everything. They took everything. Killed me, followed by the table flip and his whole freak out, Beans freak out in the little trailer. But that's where the book ends, I think, right?
If I remember correctly, yes, but 8-year-old Philip book retention is not. You know what? I still have that 9-year-old book retention.
Sure.
I was gonna say not much has changed.
Not much has changed, but now I don't say the words out loud when my finger goes over it,
Fair.
under it.
Listen, I don't retain anything I read either because why? Like, do I need to, is this for a test? No? Fantastic. I'm going to let it just wash over me and then move on with my day.
But I'm pretty sure that's exactly
I'm gonna go to
that is
Wikipedia.
the happy ending of the book.
Yeah, because that was in reading a few of the reviews after watching the movie, and it did all right, but it didn't make a bunch of money. It wasn't a huge smash hit. It was well liked, and it has since gone on to be very well liked. But the reviews at the time, and some of the IMDb reviews I read, their complaint was it wasn't close enough to the story, or it changed things from
They
the story,
never
or it added.
are.
But I don't care because I want that
Yep.
adaptation, and a lot of
That's
it.
the whole point.
The other thing that I read was a lot of this extra ending, while it was a Wes Anderson thing, he pulled some of the ideas from an unused ending to the book that he was given access to. And so, but I like that because, otherwise we're stopping the movie at an hour.
Yeah.
And I think if you just go with that first hour, that's going to be really hard to stretch out another 20 to 30 minutes. But what they added, I thought really worked well because it also gave us more of the arcs for these characters. It gave us more for Mr. Fox to go through because he's at a moment where he's going to have his nice speech, and then he doesn't get that. It gets taken away from him, and he gets to have it again at the end of the movie, standing on a literal soapbox, which I thought was awesome. in the
Yo, Mr.
supermarket.
Fox has
Yep.
4 children in the book,
Oh,
Yeah,
according
but
to Wikipedia.
Amy,
Asterisk.
do you remember, didn't Roald Dahl's wife, Felicity, say, this is one of the best adaptations of his work?
I
and that
believe so.
he would have loved this more than any adaptation of his work? I almost, it's either in the extras on the Criterion that I didn't get to,
Mhm.
or I remember seeing this video because I almost positive that Wes Anderson went to their house.
yeah. Well, because I
To-
think he and Noah stayed.
Stayed at the house.
Yeah, or something that was owned by the family. Because this was Wes Anderson's favorite book as a kid, and I guess he still has his first edition copy that his mom bought him
That tracks.
all those years ago. So I feel like this captured a very good spirit of sort of what the story meant to be, and the additions to it work for me. And I really just because that third act I really liked. It's the one moment of non-hand done stuff, and that's the cider going through the pipe. They had to do some of that with computers just to get the motion right. But I love the idea that they used his cider rather than a tanker of water.
Yeah.
This guy's just got more cider than he knows what to do with.
Oh, tell me about it.
But I did. I really enjoyed what they did for that third act and what they added to it, and just the whole movie.
That's got to be Noah, right? That had to be Noah and his
probably.
writing skills. It had to be, especially with the witty banter between the characters.
Yeah.
That is Noah's writing to a T.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And every time, it's funny because I organically found Noah through his film The Squid and the Whale,
Right.
which I constantly talk about. And I've talked to Travis about this movie a lot. It came in Blockbuster when I worked there. I rented it and I was like, this is incredible. And then I found out that he wrote Life Aquatic with Wes Anderson and then wrote on with Fantastic Mr. Fox, and he wrote Barbie with his wife. He's a hell of a writer and knows how to write quick, beautiful dialogue.
Mm-hmm. And then they get the right actors to deliver it, and the deliveries are phenomenal. And the puppet work for the stop motion, the emotion that they got out of it. The one that got me was, again, it's that scene with Fox and Ash, and it is when he tells him, "I'm so glad you were the one." And Ash looks at him, and you get the quivering in his eyes before they start to well up with tears. And I was just like, that's a level of detail that they didn't need to do. I mean, the whole movie is a level of detail they didn't need to do. If you look at the backgrounds and stuff, it's insane. But that was a moment I was just like, you didn't need that, but that adds so much to what you're doing, and that gives you that emotional punch. So yeah, I loved so much of it. And the writing too. The writing is great. That line of, "I love you, but I shouldn't have married you."
Oh, such a punch.
Brutal honesty, and Mr. Fox doesn't even try to rebut that. He kind of.
What do you say?
What do you say to that?
You
Yeah,
can,
you're-
but
you're right.
But the thing,
Bummer.
the Mr. Fox at the beginning of the movie would have
that's
something
true.
to say about it.
No.
He's figured it out.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing Mr. Fox had, it's hubris. I got some audio. I want to play some of these because some of this we're talking about.
Before you play this,
I
I wanted to touch on the welling of the eyes. They
So
did that
good.
multiple times
Yeah.
in this movie, and it was always so perfect, right? Because it was able to get that emotion across without actually running water out of the puppets. And just when they laid that rat in the river, I don't know if you caught that clip when they put rat into the river to put him down the stream.
I did not, but that was
So that line, right? He redeemed himself. Redemption, sure. But at the end, he's just another dead rat in a garbage pail behind a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
I love that line so much.
Good.
And as they dip him in, you get that eye-welling moment for Fox
Mhm.
before he slowly drifts down into the sewer.
Yeah.
The eyes. Okay, wait though. The beagles. The
Oh my
beagles and
God,
the
the Beagles!
blueberries.
The Beagles! Oh my God! And then Amy, my kid looks at me. He's like, "Is it true? Beagles love blueberries?" And I was like, "Buddy, everybody loves
I
blueberries."
think it's
Right?
true. I mean, it seems.
And he's
pretty
like, "Oh
true.
yeah, that's true. I do love blueberries."
So that was not from this book. That was from a different Roald Dahl book. The whole like beagles and blueberries thing. But I loved that. I loved that so much because it happens to the beagle, and then it happens to the other beagles, and then it happens to the farmer.
The farmer,
Guys,
yeah.
I went to Google it and I did not get very far before it did pop up in the like suggested searches.
Of course.
Yeah. They do.
But also enough tranquilizer or sleeping pills to knock out a what is it, a gorilla?
Yeah.
That would kill a dog.
I
man.
know, kill a
And
dog.
also, why are you super gluing them close?
They said, "Oh my God, just a little bit of super glue."
Why?
Oh,
Ridiculous.
loved it.
Well, you got to make sure the dog eats the whole thing. You don't want it to eat it in 2 bites, I
Right.
guess.
Sure. Why
Well,
not?
you know what, Amy? You're not an athlete. It's more aerodynamical
Oh, all
to
right. That's
to have
fair.
a perfect sphere
Mm.
That's
to
true.
place it right in front of a beagle.
Um,
You know,
So funny.
one of the moments that got me early on is when he's sitting there, he's having breakfast. She puts the toast down in front of him. He puts his clip-on tie on, and then he goes to eat, and it's just
Okay,
stands up, drinks his coffee.
if you have not seen the behind the scenes video,
Travis.
Is it Wes Anderson like giving the motion for that?
no,
No,
Or is
let
it-
him know, Amy.
Oh,
let him have it, Amy.
I'll
No,
look for
it's-
that
it's George Clooney manically eating
Oh.
toast
because
or waffles.
they did all of the voice stuff outside of a studio, right? I read
Oh,
about
yeah.
In
like,
the fields.
in the
Yeah,
fields and stuff.
like they
They
were
took-
running
outdoors
around and stuff.
oh,
Yeah.
They took a boom and they brought it in the middle of the fields and did most of it outside.
that's such a weird way to do it, and I love that because
And
it gives it a different feel to the performances.
and they kept the boom down underneath,
Mhm.
and then he would hunch over with his script in hand to do it. Man, it's got to be on YouTube. Like the
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
behind
sure.
the scenes.
I have to look
But
for those.
you got to watch it because it's a lot of fun.
But I like too because they have this constant referring to, especially Mr. Fox's "I'm a wild animal," and we get the wild animals, and they have these little moments of that. That's one of them. When he eats, he just Cookie Monsters that toast, and it's just toast flying everywhere. Or when him and Badger are circling each other,
Yep.
fighting in the office is great. I also love the little things like
Real quick on that clip. This is how I learned that Meryl Ives wasn't just a snowman.
oh yeah,
and made other music. This is
Yeah.
how this movie. I was in 2009 when I realized that.
Oh yeah.
Which so good.
I also loved later in the movie when he stops for something and he's hearing whatever, and I love stuff like this. You get the radar noise as his ears are twitching, moving around like a fox's
That's
ears
how I
would.
imagine my cat's doing.
Oh yeah,
She's like,
you know it.
Watching ghosts.
He gets his tail shot off, which is brilliant, right? And he's got the whole, we got the tail, missed the fox. And it's the joke. It's another trope I love, but it's the joke of like, so-and-so is probably doing this thing, and then you smash cut to that happening, right?
Yeah.
PCU has one of my favorite versions of that, which is, where's Gutter? I don't know, he's probably sitting in a parking lot somewhere picking his nose. Smash cut to Jon Favreau just sitting under a lamp picking his nose. But the tail, and he's one of those slovenly farmers is wearing it like a necktie, and he's on the news with the foxtail necktie, and his kid is watching it.
Look at Dad's tie.
That kid cracked me up.
It's so good.
Because he's basically just there to do that, and I think he did one more time with.
Well, yeah, they don't have to be back at Hogwarts until the new semester starts.
We've touched on it a little bit, but the use of cuss throughout the movie, and just substituting every swear word for the word cuss is inspired.
So good.
I loved it, and it was so
I
well
shared a
integrated.
compilation of all of them on Instagram the other day. It was pretty good.
It's very, very good. Because it was enough to have it in the one scene with Mr. Fox and the Badger, but then it would just come up out of nowhere. Like,
am I getting better, Coach?
Well, you sure as cuss not getting any worse.
Really?
I like the really.
yeah,
Because don't question it, man. If somebody's like, well, you're not getting worse, don't push
yeah.
that question.
Oh, I know. I only got a couple of Willem Dafoe's because he only got a few lines.
Yeah.
But I loved.
Y'all are trespassing now. Illegally.
As opposed to legally trespassing.
I like the part where he's talking about Mrs. Fox.
Mm.
You're like, oh no.
Town Tart.
Town
I mean,
Tart.
we were all different people.
We all lived our lives. Let's not have a double standard.
Right.
Shut up.
The other rat.
But I
line-
also love that Rat stopped, right? He had his knife and was in stab pose.
Yeah.
And when Fox turns to talk to Kylie, Rat also like relaxed and looked at Kylie at the same time.
That's
oh,
very good.
God.
And I just love the way he said,
It's my job.
really drawing out that just syrupy, my job. Willem Dafoe, he's great. I can picture him, if this was mocapped, I can picture him in the mocap suit doing the snaps.
For sure.
Like, it's just,
Absolutely.
they captured him so well in the role of Rat.
I love how unhinged he gets to be in these movies.
Yes. Oh, I know. His character in Life Aquatic might be my favorite Willem Dafoe performance, period.
I always thought of you as my dad's.
Um,
I say it all the time.
The farmers, a good way to do a dump of exposition. Like Wes Anderson does this so well in so many of his movies, right? Where you have the scene of somebody explaining other people, and so you have all of the visuals of it. And I just loved, it's little moments like
he weighs the same as a young rhinoceros,
and he eats 12 chickens a day, 12 whole chickens. I think somebody did the math on that. It's like 40,000 calories.
Incredible.
If your average whole chicken is 3.5 pounds.
It's still not the worst meal. Still not the worst diet that's happening out there.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know, man. 12 rotisseries in a day?
That's so much chicken.
I know, but I feel like I could get close.
I mean,
Well, you also would weigh about this as much as a baby rhinoceros at that point.
Great. I mean, we're not far off, and we're going into the holidays.
The internet keeps telling me I need more protein. That's all they say.
So, like, if I'm going to say over under 6 as the halfway point in a day, I think I could do 6 rotisseries in a day. I mean, it wouldn't be, I don't know.
Come on, we're going to Costco. We're trying this out.
I mean,
oh my God.
It would be cheaper than going to
patreon.com/imaginary nomad.
Right?
Get to that rotisserie level.
Thing is, 6 rotisserie chickens a day would be cheaper probably than going to McDonald's at this point.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second, so that was Bogus, right? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
Bogus Bunsen beans.
Yeah. And then Bunce.
He's approximately the size of a pot-bellied dwarf, and his chin would be underwater in the shallow end of any swimming pool on the planet.
It's the delivery. That's
Bill
so
Murray's
good.
delivery is so perfect. Coupled with the image of the guy like on his tiptoes trying to keep his chin out of the water of that pool.
In the 4-foot end.
In the
of
4-foot
pool.
end. Also his diet.
His food is homemade donuts with smashed up goose livers injected into them.
That is,
I'm going to pass on that one.
yeah, I'm going to pass on that one.
I'll take the
But
12
it doesn't say
rotisserie
how
chickens.
many.
It does not say how many.
That's true.
And donuts are a perfect dessert for 12 rotisserie chickens.
Yeah, but foie gras
Yeah.
donuts?
I mean,
don't
deep
know,
fried, Amy, and I would at least try one.
I would
Think
I
Like
would try.
donuts are my like
How ethically
Achilles.
sourced is this goose liver?
Oh, terribly.
Oh.
They were still alive when they took it out.
And just more Bill Murray describing them because he's talking about Franklin Bean.
He's as skinny as a pencil, as smart as a whip, and possibly the scariest man currently living.
Yeah, man.
Man. And he's voiced by Michael Gambon.
Yeah.
Do you have the children's recording of the song?
I
Because
don't, but it was very good.
It's been in
It's-
my head.
Oh, yeah.
all day. And it's funny because me and the kid, we had to drop the car off after we watched this to the local repairman and walk home, which is only a couple blocks. But literally me and him in step are just singing Bogus Bunsen Bean. One fat, one short, one lean. These horrible crooks, so different in looks, but none of us equal mean. Oh my God! Just for the
Very
whole 8-minute
I
walk
just love that.
home.
I just love that Bill Murray, the lawyer, he has the recording.
Yes.
Kids, they sing this little song. It's just he just happens to have a recording on his dictaphone.
Yep.
Why?
His Dictasonic.
Because he's a lawyer,
Yep.
and it
That's
could have.
fair.
We don't ask questions, but
You're
he
right.
certainly will.
A couple of Gambons because I love his voice.
Any Fox problems?
I kind of just want to keep that like
It's pretty good.
forever because that's a great one. Also,
How's that grab you, fellas?
Yeah, see why not?
that felt very Wallace and Gromit to me.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you have the one where he orders the equipment?
No, I should
Okay,
have.
It's so funny because
But they
it's
were-
like the little Spitfire, the
Yeah.
jumbo whatever.
Oh, God. That shot of the three of
tornado?
them.
Yeah.
And the shot of the three of them in their excavators just like rolling in was amazing.
Incredible.
No, but I did get
Why do you write this in letters cut out of magazines?
I don't know, but you did the same thing.
Okay, Petey though.
and his look. Oh, Petey.
Oh, can we talk about Petey?
Yeah,
Can we talk about Petey?
we got.
Petey was great. His song in the middle of the movie
You wrote a bad
was-
song.
was
Petey.
awesome. Oh, you mean when he says,
Just making it up as I went along, really.
That's just weak songwriting.
oh, this was the longer.
Petey.
Just making it up as I went along, really.
That's just weak songwriting. You wrote a bad song, Petey.
Throws a cigarette at him and just walks away.
Incredible.
So that's Jarvis Cocker,
Mm-hmm.
the lead singer of Pulp.
Yeah. I found that out afterwards.
Which is a beautiful Britpop band. If you want to just try them out, Common People is the biggest song that they did. Famously covered by William Shatner. I'm sure y'all have heard
Mhm.
about him
Yeah.
on that record that Ben Folds produced for him.
Yeah.
So I know I just threw a lot of names out that y'all might know, but dude, I love Pulp so much. And to find out later that it was Jarvis doing it, dude, just
Well, and
added layers to the movie for me.
Petey was great because he's that character that's only ever spoken about by name for most of the movie. It's just Bean calling him on that two-way radio, ordering more stuff. Petey, do this. Petey, do that. Get all of the people. Get our combined workforces here. And then when you finally meet Petey and he's playing his banjo around the campfire, singing the song about the fire, I loved it. And then I did get this one of him calling Petey.
Petey, Bring us a ladder, please.
As they're standing on the roof with the rabid beagle underneath them. Spitz the beagle.
Spitz, that's German. I thought you were never supposed to look a beagle in the eye.
I got a couple of Kylies because I love
It's written on your hand. They look down with the shots.
This has got blueberries and a bunch of arrows.
Arrows pointing down.
Kylie was my favorite character by far. I got to play some of these.
Who am I, Kylie?
Who? How? What now?
Kylie was not there, and then he joined the conversation
He's
late.
never there. His little spirally eyes.
His spirally eyes were great. It's just the hand.
Is that it?
Beagles aren't so tough.
Beagles aren't so tough. That's
Yeah,
another
well,
one I kind of want to keep.
One of
around.
them has chronic rabies for which he takes medication.
Chronic rabies that we take
to be
medication
fair, I'm pretty sure
for.
that all rabies
there it is.
is chronic.
Until it's not.
Until
Right.
it's not.
I did like that the bottle of rabies medication said, "Do not operate heavy machinery."
Yeah.
Oh, I
have
missed
you
that.
never gotten pet medication that does say do not operate heavy
No
machinery?
way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know that I have.
Yeah, it just straight up does that.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's pretty funny. Like
Y'all
especially if
get
it's a
your pets
medication that can kind of go, that humans also take,
Mhm.
like a gabapentin. Like it'll be on there just because that's the thing. That's the warning that goes on the medication.
Oh.
What was that? What was that medication called?
Gabapentin. That's the one that you give your cat when they're crazy and need to calm down to go to the vet.
Oh, okay. Catapetin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Catapetin. Got it.
I also again his reactions to things. Kylie's reactions.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds illegal.
Here, put this bandit hat on.
I love him cutting the bandit hat ad out of the newspaper.
Oh, 40% off. It's a
40%
deal.
off,
You
yeah.
can't.
Bargain.
It's in the middle of the paper.
Which
So
Just
good.
dead
This is
center.
a rag.
it's dead center of that paper, but the cool thing is if you pause it and read, everything around that is text from the original book.
Well, we talked about this. My reading still not
Mhm.
great. Retention 0.
But I read that and I thought that's a cool way to do it because a lot of times you get just random stuff on those newspaper backgrounds and people will nitpick that. But this was passages from the book.
Lazy. 2 out of 5 stars.
Right?
Wouldn't
Well, I just hope
recommend.
it doesn't mean thunder, because I have a phobia of that.
I mean,
It's ridiculous. I feel like there's a lot of using the word phobia incorrectly in this film.
well, Mr. Fox
think
had a
he's just
phobia of
afraid.
wolves.
I think he's just afraid of them.
That's
Probably.
fear. Yeah.
Again, the spiral eyes, right?
Apple juice flood.
Just apple juice flood.
It's not apple juice.
Oh, it was so good though. When he is bringing Kylie into his little scheme, and he sits down in the chair and he pulls the writing table over the chair and puts the microphone on there because he's got to
Yeah, okay.
record it.
If you're gonna do a crime, don't leave a paper trail.
Right. Or a
Well,
recording.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a tape trail.
Yeah.
But also, literally, when you're starting your first podcast with a co-host who's never started a podcast,
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
stop rocking. Stop playing
So
with that
good.
pen.
Yep.
Keep your fidgeting under the mic.
Now, that was an actual mock-up of Roald Dahl's writing setup. He wrote like that in a wingback chair with a board over the armrest like that, which I thought was a nice little touch. But I loved.
I'm bringing you in as my secretary and personal assistant.
Okay.
He's so excited.
Hey.
So I had to keep,
Okay.
and I'm going to use that for something. I
That's
don't know what
perfect.
It's very good.
yet. I don't remember what magazines was. No, here we go.
Why'd they write this in letters cut out of magazines?
To protect their identities. Oh, right. But then why'd they sign their names? Plus, we already knew who they were because they're trying to kill us.
I give it away.
I mean, it's true. And then finally, Mr. Fox doing his thing, and I just loved.
Well, I was just playing along with the bit he was doing it.
Oh my God,
Just playing
it's
along
my
with the bit.
favorite. Just playing along with the bit. He's doing a bit. I'm playing along with the bit. Oh my God. It's such a throwaway joke that gets trampled on, but it's such a good little joke.
Oh, it really is. And I also like Kylie getting his own little like signature thing right at the end. He does his little dance.
His little robot
Is that your signature
dance.
move?
Because Mr. Fox has his signature, right? Which I did capture. Right? He gets a little whistle. Which happened a couple of times, and then the one time. It's such a sad version.
So
He
sad.
goes away forever to trade 1 for 1.
We mentioned this one, but this was a good one to capture.
By the way, you look unbelievably beautiful tonight. You're practically glowing. Maybe it's the lighting.
Because you can just,
She's
I can
a
just
blown
picture,
plastic.
I can picture George Clooney delivering that to somebody in like a Coen Brothers movie too. Like it almost feels like something Ulysses Everett McGill would say.
Right. Yep.
Sure.
But also, Amy, going back to those old Christmas decorations,
Yeah.
like I still have a phobia over leaving my Christmas tree lights on
Sure.
overnight.
Yeah.
And when I go to bed before my partner and I come down the next morning to see that they're still on, even though they're LED and make
Yeah.
no heat whatsoever,
right.
the panic inside my body,
I mean, yeah.
even though there's still water in the base, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's just like, we're going to die in a cussing fire because you
The
couldn't
Christmas
just
tree.
click off the Christmas tree before you went to bed.
This, you got the one switch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
But
just turn
those
off your
those
Christmas tree lights. I
those
know.
old hot bulbs
Mhm.
that I had to
Did you
go
ever have the
through
bubble
with my
ones?
father. The bubble ones.
Okay, so I'm derailing us hard here.
No, that's fine.
So
we
it's
have
a
all the
base
time in the world.
with a light in it, and then there's a big tube that contains colored alcohol.
No.
And so the bulb heats it and makes bubbles. They now sell fake. You can get fake ones, but it makes bubbles. They were my favorite growing up, and they are so dangerous.
I never had one of those.
Never heard of those.
Yeah.
Crazy. That just seems like a
They're
terrible
where it's at.
idea.
You can still get them. But I mean they're new and
Sure.
fine now, but
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we don't turn our lights off anyway, but it would be a nice source of heat here
just
in
burn
our
your
cold
Christmas tree
house.
down.
I'm
There
with
it
Captain
is.
Kipper in the chat. I have automations that turn my lights off for me because
Nothing in
I'm
my
terrible
home
about
is-
it and I forget.
Nothing in my home is automated.
No. We don't have automation in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Again, Clooney just nailing so many of these line deliveries. Like,
Maybe a few of you might even read my column from time to time. Who knows? I tend to doubt it.
it's the no pause whatsoever
I
in
did
there
it.
that gets me. I also loved.
But that's first off, well, except for one, that is every friend I have that writes. I do not read a single thing that they have written.
Fair.
There's only one, and he's Canadian, and I respect him too much not to read his stuff. But like my best friend, he's a comic writer. He's like, "Did you read that new book I made?" I said, "Nope, not
No.
a chance, bud."
Absolutely.
And if I
not.
did, I would have retained it anyway.
He just said it sure ain't me. I also another trope I love is this.
I've got an idea.
What is it?
It could be a good one.
Lay it on us.
It might save our lives.
Say the idea.
All right, let's try it.
Never says the idea.
We're not talking about the idea.
It's so
Don't
good.
even worry about it. Just go.
And I like them calling it "say the idea." Like Kylie is just at his wit's end with it. Also, this was another great use of a smash cut, by the way.
Reminding us to be thankful and aware of each other. I'm going to say it again. Aware.
Smash cut to the two boys climbing into the kitchen.
Gone.
By the way, that kitchen, another level of detail thing that I didn't notice at first, but I watched. I didn't watch it a second time, but I kind of skimmed through a second time just to pick out some of these like visual moments and things like that. In that kitchen scene when they're up on the table eating the cookies, and then she comes home, Mrs. Bean. The floor of that room. This is a completely constructed thing, right? Because this is all stop motion. The floor had like mud by the door that slowly dissipates as they walked away. Like they didn't need to do that. Nobody's going to notice that consciously. Certainly not on their first watch. But I saw it the second time. I'm like, holy, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wes Anderson is
particular,
different.
Well, I guess he's just different.
To do the whistle after saying that about his kid, too.
That's pretty rude.
What an ass.
This is going to be a total cluster cuss for everybody.
Oh, cluster cuss is making its way into my lexicon.
Very
I have
good.
to. I have to.
I'm going to see if I can start making the kid do this. Because I can't wait for me to get a call from the Catholic school saying, like, we caught your kid using inappropriate language. It's like, oh, yeah? What? Oh, geez, that's terrible, Sister Agnes. What happened? Oh, well, he was just cussing a lot. Oh, geez, sister, I'm sorry. What did he actually say? No, he's using cuss as an adjective. It's like, oh, yeah, no, sister, but what did he say? And then we get stuck in this goofy
like
loop for
who's
20
on
minutes.
first.
Yeah.
It's an Abbott and
Oh,
Costello
well,
routine.
Harry
It's
just-
great.
Yeah. Costello just,
You know
just
what?
rolling.
He's off school for 2 weeks. I'm off work for 2 weeks. I have a new goal. I'll let you guys know next year.
Excellent.
Perfect.
How that goes.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. I mentioned this, but it's too good not to play.
Then it hit me. What do foxes do better than any other animal?
Dig.
You're stepping on my lines.
Right, keep telling it.
So we dug.
Right. Keep telling it. It's the best part of that. And his final moment in the supermarket, right? Because they go to the supermarket, which I didn't catch the first time, but is advertised early in the movie.
Yes, it is.
For the supermarket, and they're in there. What supermarket closes early on weekends?
It's a different time.
There's British.
That's a good point.
British.
But I loved these
They
two.
have like a work-life balance, so they're not forced to shove everything that they need to do into 2 days a
Sunday
week.
is the Queen's Day. I don't roll on Queen's Day.
Don't roll on Queen's Day.
But there was two moments in his final little soapbox speech that got me.
They say my tail needs to be dry cleaned twice a month. But now it's fully detachable. See?
I mean, that's kind of handy.
No.
There's just not much of it left.
honestly. Yeah. No, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I just like that he has to have patches on all his pants
Yes.
to cover the hole that was there
so
for
good.
his tail.
And then there was this one.
Yes, these crackles are made of synthetic goose, and these giblets come from artificial squab, and even these apples look fake. But at least they've got stars on them.
That's me grocery shopping.
Artificial squab, whatever that is.
Whatever
You know
that
what
is.
a squab is?
Mhm.
It's like a pigeon.
It's a pigeon. Also, designer apples. Bullshit. Also, I'm sorry, bull cuss. Don't get your gosh darn produce from the grocery store. Go to your local farmer's market and help out your local farmers.
This is
Okay,
true.
it's winter here, though. We do not have a robust market.
Well, here's
In
the
the
thing.
winter.
Farmers still have apples over the winter, and you should buy them.
I do, actually. I go to Ward's Berry Farm.
Yeah.
There you
Check
go.
out good stuff.
I had a couple of Mrs. Fox that I did want to play because we had, that whole.
I love you, Felicity.
I love you too. But I shouldn't have married you.
It's just brutal honesty, but such a
She's
good
gonna
line
go
delivery.
Run a fashion magazine. in New York.
Make other people's lives hell.
Mm.
But I loved when they first dig down and they get to that little spot, and it's whatever, 1 Fox hour later. And she pulls him on the other, just to the other side of this mineral deposit here. And they walk over there, and she just looks at him and says,
I'm going to lose my temper now.
When?
Right now.
I'm going to lose my temper now. Oh, boy. Okay. We got him saying he's a fantastic Mr. Fox, but I liked her delivery.
You really are kind of a quote-unquote fantastic fox.
I try.
Incredible.
And the best line from Mrs. Fox in the movie.
Contact!
That whole sequence where they're throwing the lit acorns or the lit pine cones is awesome because it just all those storefronts were amazing.
I just love that she lovingly painted a mural in the
Yes.
sewer of the surroundings.
And
then they put stuff on it.
And the way they did the stop motion for the fire and the smoke. Because it
Oh
was
my God, with
carved
cotton?
soap.
Yeah.
With cotton.
Oh, it was soap.
The fire was soap and the smoke was cotton.
I love the smoke. Even when Christopherson's putting out the magnesium that's on fire.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I mean,
just
you've ruined the experiment.
And he's using
Just
he's got the fire
extinguished.
extinguisher and it's the cotton coming out of that.
Yeah.
But it's they made that effect where the cotton looks like it's bellowing out of this. Oh, and then that visual gag of running behind the motorcycle to then get on a miniature motorcycle. Oh my God, I loved it so much.
And then they pull behind a box, so you never have to animate them getting on
Off
or
of-
off.
Yes, on or off. It's
So
brilliant.
good.
Genius.
Because you're like, how are they going to operate this motorcycle? Oh, I see.
Ash, after he has his triumphant moment, and then
Hot box!
Oh my God.
I
It
love
was a
that.
bit. It was a bit that we used to do constantly.
Oh, I bet.
Between what the cuss and whenever somehow we magooed into success, like it was just hot box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we mentioned this one, but it's too good not to record.
You're supposed to be my lab partner.
I am.
No, you're not. You're disloyal.
That is the most Schwartzman line
That's what I'm saying.
ever. Yeah.
The cuss you are.
I'm keeping that one forever too. That one
Forever.
I'm going to use. This movie was absolutely amazing. Recency bias makes me want to call it my favorite Wes Anderson movie that I've seen so far. I don't know that it is, but man, I loved it. It's hard. It's so hard to say which one is my favorite because it really just depends on my mood.
They're different. Yeah.
They are.
It's my
They are,
favorite
and I
Wes
love
Anderson
so much.
animation. I can tell you
Yeah.
that one now.
Well, for sure, because he's always working in like stop motion in a lot of the movies, little sequences of it. I know he did in Life Aquatic.
Oh yeah, the fish,
Any kind
the
of
jaguar shark.
Yep, and that
Or
was
all the
great. But just a whole movie of that, and just these performances. This was so much fun. I'm so glad that this got chosen as the next one to do because I adored this.
Good. We'll just
Good.
bury you in the ground in the next one. Don't even worry
Yeah, I
about
can't wait. I cannot wait because literally, Travis, you texted me and I brushed it off and I went right to Amy and I was like, "What are you thinking?" Because I know what I want to do. And Amy's like, "Fantastic, Mr. Fox," and I was like, "Great, we're already on the same page."
This is why the two of you are the ones taking me through Wes Anderson's whole
Yeah.
filmography because you two get it and know what to do. And it's
Yeah, I
been
don't think we've
wonderful.
had a disagreement yet on
No.
what movie is going to be next. And I'm already agreeing where we're going next. And we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
And the fun
But-
part for me is that you two can talk in code like this, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Not a clue until I get told what it's going to be. And I'm going into all of these blind. Like I am purposefully not reading about. So one of a YouTube channel that I really like is Cinema Wins. And he goes through and he does his everything great about movies. And he breaks down movies and he talks about he has these just wonderful breakdowns of films. And he did Fantastic Mr. Fox years ago. And I remember starting the video and getting about 30 seconds in and being like, I haven't seen this, and I stopped it. And I've since then always avoided watching that one until today. And I watched it today, finally. Because I want to go into these movies blind. I really love that first watch experience of stuff. And with all of these films of Wes Anderson's that I've done it with, I've never been fully prepared for what I'm going to get.
You can't.
Even if I know his style now, having done a few of his movies, I know somewhat what to expect visually, but yet I'm still surprised every time.
My favorite part is that I get to rebuy the Criterion collections because I had them all on DVD when they first came out. And now whenever we pick a film, I get to rebuy it. And then my super favorite thing is about a month to 2 months out, Amy will start sending me things that art pieces or other things that I need to then buy. And it's just like, we got to be getting close because Amy's making me spend more money. But no, man, I always love sitting down with the two of you. If we're not talking films, we're trying to get to the peak of a mountain. It's always fun when the three of us get together.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the next time won't be fun, Travis.
No, it's not going to be fun at all.
It's going to be real cussy, and you'll, it's going to be a longer and deeper conversation than just listening to the Beach Boys, bud.
Well, I'll be prepared for it, but
you won't.
But this.
You won't be.
You simply won't. Let's make an agreement.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know what? I'll be prepared to be unprepared. How's that?
Yeah.
We'll try to, if we can schedule now, like around like late September should work for me.
I mean,
just keep that in mind.
I'll keep that in mind.
Keep that.
Now, Phil, you do. You're actually the third member of Botched in the last calendar month to be on this show.
I'm aware. Are you going to be able to complete your Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos? Are you getting He Who Is Steve next week so that you could have all the botches before December is over, man?
Unfortunately, no. But now I have had all of you. So
I can't even get him on our show right now.
But remind people of Botched and what it is so people can find that.
Man, Botch Podcast. It is a improv comedy show that is loosely based in the rotting skin of 5e D&D. It's pretty much your college table that you played with. We are going into our 10th year, which will be in April, but we have a season for whatever you're looking for: space, Western, SCP. But now, after about 6 years, we're going back to regular fantasy. So you can check that out in whatever your podcatcher is, but live every Tuesday night at twitch.tv/Botch Podcast at 6:30 Eastern. My question for you, Travis, is: are you still going to post this on Wednesday? That Christmas Eve?
Yes.
Christmas Eve. If you don't have plans, every Christmas Eve, me and my mom get together. She comes in from Philadelphia. I got to go to church, which then she has to get on stream with me. We do the Keating Christmas Eve extravaganza. And for this year, last year we watched Emmett Otter, and then we watched the Muppet Family Christmas. Obviously, this year we're sticking to that 90s nostalgia, and we're going to do an episode of The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Nice.
We're going to do Wonder Years, and then, like always, we're going to close out with Muppet Family Christmas. So if you ain't got nothing to do Christmas Eve around 9 p.m. Eastern, come to twitch.tv/Imaginary Nomad, meet my wonderful mother, and watch us watch television together as she drinks about 2.5 bottles of wine.
Outstanding.
And let's close this cussing terrible year out together. So that's where you can find me.
I love it. And Amy, I know there isn't a season of Aquilo new right now, but let people know about that and anything else you're doing.
So, Aquilo, it is a cozy horror fiction podcast. 8 seasons currently available for your listening. Season 9 will be in the spring. There's a disagreement as to whether that's going to be March or April, but one of us does the editing, so pretty sure I know how that's going to work out. And our book comes out in June. A Dash of Demon, Aquilo Book 1, out in June.
Meow, 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 meow.
So you can find all of that information at aquilo.com. Anywhere you find your podcasts, ACHEWILLOW.
Excellent. Both Botched and Aquilo, fantastic. I've been listening to Aquilo since the beginning, and I've been on Botched a few times.
There are currently just over 76 hours of Aquilo content available. Oh, we do have a Christmas special. Is a good place to start. Season 1 is a
that's
Christmas
right.
special that we joked we should do a Christmas special, and then I said no, we should. So that's a pretty good sample of what you're gonna get if you don't want to dive right in. But
sure.
Now you need to do your musical episode.
Yeah, that's not happening.
If you like this conversation and you like this show, I do it weekly. I've been doing it every week since March of 2019, and I have over 350 episodes now of this show. Next week, I have returning Jonathan Newport, and we are going to talk about a little movie from 2001 called Serendipity. I've never seen this movie. I know it is John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale.
It sure is.
Both of whom I adore.
From the deep lore of my life.
This should be a lot of fun. And then after that, the beginning of January, I'm going to be watching Wicked for Good with Rilo Ward, because we watched the first Wicked a year ago, and we decided we have to do the second one. So that's going to be over the next couple of weeks. Serendipity and Wicked for Good. Coming up now. I do the show weekly. It comes out as a podcast every Wednesday. If you want to get it in podcast form a few days early, you can be a patron at patreon.com/WIHS for as little as $5 a month. That also gets you my First Watch diaries, which are patron exclusives. And my patrons are who help me to go to my live versions, live episodes such as Dragon Con and upcoming Nerdtacular 2026. So if you can do that, I greatly appreciate it. And if you can't, I understand. If you just listen to the show, tell your friends about it. I appreciate that more than I can put into words. You can find everything at tvstravis.com. That includes the Patreon. That includes links to all my social media posts whenever I do post, which is few and far between sometimes. And all my merch, too, if you want my silly logo on a T-shirt or a coffee mug. The coffee mugs are really nice. I will say that. You can find all of that. Amy, Phil, once again, thank you so much. This is always a pleasure to do these. You're two of my favorite humans on the planet, and I love doing the show with both of you. So next week, Serendipity with Jonathan Newport. I'm kind of excited because I remember this movie coming out, and like I said, I love John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale, so putting them both in a movie.
And Newports.
Yeah. But until then, just remember to enjoy your movies and be careful getting your tail shot off. But hey, at least you can get it dry cleaned, right? There's been weight you haven't seen.
What in the absolute cuss?
Well, it's real simple. Basically, there's 3 grabbers, 3 taggers, 5 twig runners, and the player at whack-bat. The center tagger lights a pine cone, chucks it over the basket, and the whack-batter tries to hit the cedar stick off the cross rock. Then the twig runners dash back and forth until the pine cone burns out and the umpire calls hot box. Finally, at the end, you count up however many score downs it adds up to and divide that by 9.
Got it.
Go in for ash.